mouth-watering midnight. Come along with me. Miss Mary DeAngelis and Ray Rastelli kicked off something that we do once a year and only once a year, and it's called our Fill Your Freezer Today's Special Value with the Best. And not only is it back today, and remember, every single time we've done this, it has sold out completely. We're now standing with over 8,000 ordered. One of our ship dates is getting very limited. This is not something that you need to say, okay, let me choose. You are getting everything that you see. So you're getting 10 of the most popular Black Angus burgers from Rastelli's, our #1 selling food brand at QVC. They have won 49 Customer Choice Food Awards. Almost said beauty, but that's the world I live in. And they were just nominated for 25. You're also getting 10 of the best hot dogs. You saw me and all the chefs down on our hot dogs a little earlier. They were the best of the best. You're getting 8 of the antibiotic-free, super trimmed chicken breasts beyond anything you'll get at a store. This is the Rastelli's family that have been treating us and people around the world to the best meats ever. That is their family tradition. And the one we can never keep in stock are 6 of the ribeye pork steaks. You're getting all of these. This is not a choice of. There is one decision, and when do you want it to come to your home? Is about $4.41 per serving, which is incredible for a gourmet burger, for a gourmet dog. There's a fancy restaurant near us, and I will not tell you how much they charge for their gourmet dogs. And this is better. Here's your ship dates, and we have stories about one of them. So it can ship out right now. And with 8,000 ordered since midnight, and at the best value, you're going to see it for 3 months guaranteed, because remember, this price does go up at the end of the day. So when we see midnight, we are not going to be able to offer you this price again, and it is on auto delivery. Then we're also going to be able to give it to you shipped now. Shipped July 28th. Like maybe you're going to be away from home for a little bit, and in August you're going to be home, so you get that ship date. By the way, you can always on auto delivery, which I highly recommend, speed up or slow down those shipments. So that's nice to know as well. You're in the driver's seat. But then the one I'm most worried about, because we are a little more than halfway through the day. And if you want the delivery date on the 25th of August, we have 1,900 left. To put that into perspective, we've sold 3,000 in this show already. So we only have 1,900 left on August 25th. So that's going to be your Labor Day, your Oktoberfest. Our Halloween might start a little early this year. There you go. And then every 3 months, highly recommend auto delivery. Ray Rastelli, congratulations on being our #1 food brand. Congratulations on making the best hot dog I've ever had in my life. Thank you very much. Ray knows that when I get my husband a gift for Father's Day and his birthday, it's always around the same time. I always go with Rastelli burgers. I hide it in the back of the freezer. I put it in a fish bag. I do all this nonsense, and he still finds it and says, "Oh, did you order Rastelli burgers?" I'm like, "Dude, that was for your birthday." We're going to start with the burgers, because here it is on an all-American 4th of July sale weekend. That also brings you 5 easy payments and free shipping and handling that you'll lock into on auto delivery as well. And I'm so happy we're starting with our burger, because you make the best in the business.
Well,
it's the only ones we serve. It's the only ones we have at home.
And this happens to be one of my favorites. This is our ribeye burger. So what does that mean? It means it's made out of Black Angus beef ribeyes. That's the prime rib along with some chuck blend. But what you get, because the marbling inside the ribeye is so abundant, you get this moisture, you get this texture, and you can see how loosely it is knitted here. And that's because, Jane, we fold the meat together. We don't press it together. So when you cook our burgers right from frozen out of the package, what you're going to notice is that they're going to actually plump. So when you put that burger on the grill and everybody is standing around, and just because of the size of it and they see it plumping, they're going to ask you, where did you get that burger? And it's really simple, because the traditional burger is going to cook from the outside in. So the outsides get burnt, they get crisp edges, and it really makes for an unpleasant eating experience, where our burger actually is folded together. And that folding allows the meat to actually cook from the inside out. So it steams from the inside. And of course, you cook it from frozen. Just drop it on your grill or in a skillet. about 4 to 5 minutes, you're going to see some pooling of moisture on the top. That's where you drop that seasoning on top that we're giving you. And then a few minutes later, you're going to see that happen. That's actually the burger pumping.
Ooh.
And what's inside there is all these juices that you see me just looking at here. These are the juices that are inside that burger. So when you take that first bite, you're going to taste ribeye.
Yeah.
You're going to taste incredible Angus. So this is a burger that's really a steak. So
yes.
if you'd like to make it as a burger, incredible. But you know what? Look at this. You can cut this just like a steak and serve it just like a steak.
Yes.
Look at how beautiful
like
that
we said,
is.
put it in
right?
the taco,
Yeah.
right? Like have a fun new way to
yeah.
enjoy this,
Look
or
at how
like you
beautiful
said,
that is. It's a steak.
A younger person or a smaller appetite, you could easily cut this in half.
Yes.
And if that's where we ended with this today's special value, I'd be saying yay, because you know how much a burger, that's a gourmet burger, is now a burger. I've invented something new. You know how much they are when you go to the restaurant that brags about their burgers. Yours is costing $4.41. And then we go to the next moment, because we are asking you to fill your freezer with one quick purchase. It's not a choice of. You get the dogs, the burgers, you get the steaks that we're going to talk about next from that beautiful ribeye pork, and you're getting the chicken breast, all for $30 a month on Easy Pay.
Yes, you are getting it all. It's going to fill your freezer, and the nice part about it, it's not just for grilling season. It's for all year round, and there's lots of recipes on QVC.com about this products and the way you can cook them. Now, this is a premium pork ribeye steak. This comes from the Pennsylvania Dutch Amish country. These are farmers I have been working with for 45 plus years.
Wow.
And we get the very, very best. When it gets into the butcher shop, we take it and we take the bones out of it. We completely trim the fat off the outside and any gristle. And what you get is pure meat from one end to the other. But what you're going to notice, Jane, is you're going to notice that this piece of prime pork is moist, it's juicy, and incredibly tender. Well, how tender? Let me show you how tender.
Look at how juicy.
Look at how thick this is. So I'm just going to go ahead and take my fork, and I'm going to cut right through the center of this with a fork. Now, you can't do that with your grandmother's pork chops, right? Yeah, and remember, you know, those pork chops were tough, they were hard, because you also cooked them at 165 degrees. These, you do not have to do that. Cook these to 145 degrees, and let's take a look at how moist that's going to be.
By the way, we have a great meat thermometer coming up in the show that's at a great low price that is perfect with our values of the day.
Every one you're going to see is this juicy, it's this moist. And what you're seeing is the ribeye. That's why you see the solid muscle center, and then you see the decal. This is the prime rib of pork. Just like that prime rib of beef is the best, that prime rib of pork is the best.
And I mean, you're getting all the protein, and everybody's eating more protein. And like, I'm just trying to add more protein to my diet. That's such a big thing right now. One thing we know, the prices will go up. And so that's why going on auto delivery, which I'll show you in a moment, this is for every season, that if you go to auto delivery and you fill your freezer every 3 months, and like if you have a little left over and you want to share with a neighbor or a sister or a bestie, you can do that too. But every 90 days, here, I'll walk over here, you're getting it obviously for summer right now, but then no matter what ship date you choose, we have it in the fall. And to me, that's like all about the Oktoberfest, especially with the hot dogs, especially with the pork. I do a dish with apples and fennel and apple cider, and it calls for pork, and I usually do it with chicken because I don't trust the pork unless it comes from Rastelli's, and guess what? It's always sold out. Then it's wintertime, and like I said, my husband eats well. Thank you, Rastelli's, when I'm at work all the time. So you can do all of your comfort dinners, and my husband gets a cast iron skillet out, and that's how he does his Rastelli's inside when the grill is all put away where we live. And then you have that springtime bounty all coming your way. All you do is choose what ship date. Now, the price goes up at the end of the day, and that's going to be 10 hours from now. You have 10 hours left. And Ray only has so many presentations that he's doing. Since midnight, when he kicked off with our Mary, we've had over 8,000 ordered. You can choose just one thing, and that is, when do you want it? This is all included. 10 burgers, 10 dogs, 8 chicken breasts, 6 gorgeous pork steaks. If you're ordering it to get shipped out right now, you're in good company, because a lot of people said my mouth is watering by watching Ray, and I need this in my freezer as soon as I can get it. We do it once a year and it never lasts. And you know, you're buying the number one selling food item here at QVC. That's what Rastelli's is. They won 49 Customer Choice Beauty Awards. No, Food Awards. It's hard. I've done it every year. It's my show with Courtney. I'm sorry, I gotta say it. They are beautiful though. If you want it shipped out in July, that's July 28th. Now an update there, Ray. Only 3,100 remaining. And as I walk back to Ray to talk about this again, beautiful pork, if you want it shipped out on the 25th of August, that's been very popular in this show. We only have 1,800 left. In this show, we've sold well over 3,000.
My goodness.
So and we're going to see it one more time before the end of In the Kitchen with David, who's on vacay, and his honey is in for him today. So if you want this, especially heading into that Labor Day weekend, especially heading into back to school time for us, go now, because that 25th date might be gone by the end of the show.
So we've talked about the pork steaks, and you see how juicy they are. But Jane, one of the questions I get all the time is, can I treat that just like a pork chop? Well, I did that here. All I did was took that pork chop, and of course I floured it. I have a little bit of egg wash, and I breadcrumbed it. I want you to see what this beautiful chop looks like. Now, again, it's 6 ounces. It's a big, thick chop. I want you to see how moist this stays, and then I want you to see how tender it is, even as a pork chop. Look at that. Look at how beautiful that is.
You never see that.
You never see that. You will typically, you know, it's such an incredible product because it's all the ribeye. But look how thick this is. And I'm going to put my knife down because I want to show you right through the center with a fork. I'm going to go, look at this. Not even pressing hard, just right through the very center of that pork ribeye. I've got the most incredible flavor. So whatever you want to do with this pork, whether it's a steak, whether it's a chop, whether you want to cut them up and put them on kebabs, it will never, ever disappoint.
No. And it's $4.41. Think about the last time you were at a restaurant, and there's one that we love to go near the beach, which I know your family knows and loves. We're always around the same one, that literally will have a beautiful pork dinner, and I know how much that is. This is $4.41. But then we go into the chicken, because this is not your grocery store chicken breast. And the difference is in the eating, I promise you.
And here's where the first look you're going to get at is what you're going to notice is the moisture. Now, chicken breast typically would be void of much moisture because we don't really know what those chickens eat. These chickens are raised on a natural diet, antibiotic-free, steroid-free, hormone-free. They're free-ranging chickens. They're air-chilled and not water-chilled. So what you're getting is a super trim breast. There's not one piece of fat, sinews, or any bones on it. And you're going to get the difference of what a free-ranging chicken tastes like. But you're also going to notice this. You're going to notice that with a fork, I'm just going to cut right through the center of this pork. And it's so important because how many times have you brought a chicken breast home and it's tough? It's what we call woody, right?
I think we all just have given up and realized that chicken breast is going to be dry. Chicken breast is going to be dry. But we know it's good for us, and we know it's all of these are such great sources of protein, right, Ray?
And this is 29 grams of protein, just
29 grams of protein.
Just like that piece of pork right next to it, 29 grams of protein. But the rubber meets the road with the flavor and the texture. And when you eat this chicken, you're going to feel like you may have never had a real piece of chicken before. So true. So that's going to be, and again, whatever you do with your normal chicken, whatever you do here, it's going to just elevate the dish, whether it's a chicken parm, whether it's chicken over salad.
Right. We'll talk about some of the dishes, but then we got to go to a burger. I can't believe I don't have any guys in line wanting a burger because all the chefs were out here earlier. I finished mine completely. It is like burger and a dog and a half. It's literally the best hot dog. Chef Jeremy said he has been all over the world. He eats a hot dog wherever he goes. He's at it in every major city. I'll quote him and then me. He said it was the best hot dog he ever had. Ditto. I ate the whole thing. I was supposed to take a bite. It was so amazing and so juicy. And I'm one that doesn't like a weird snap on my hot dog. I just want to be able to go in and go. I mean, there is just something about this. When you serve these, your family will realize that you're serving them something gourmet,
You-
not what just came from the grocery store.
They will. They're going to notice immediately the size. These are jumbos, right? These are 3.2 ounces. Now, to give you an idea, a typical hot dog is about 1.5 ounces. So this is more than half, twice the size, I should say. But the difference is it's Angus beef. That same Angus beef that's in our ribeye steaks, that's in our strip steaks, it's in our burgers. That's the same beef that we use to create these hot dogs. But what's really important, Jane, is we use a recipe from the 1800s from Frankfurt, Germany, because, of course, hot dogs are made in Frankfurt, Frankfurters. That's why you see this beautiful red color. This is all beef. There's no mystery meat here. You're going to taste all the different flavors, the old world flavors of Frankfurt, Germany. So you get a beautiful bowl.